Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about tropical fish tank, the setting up, what fish you can have with what, breeding, filters, what fish go best with each other and get on well and don't eat each other, what you can do if you want to start your own tropical fish business like I do. This is Who Lords here, and I own my own tropical fish business now called Tropics. It's quite a small business now, but it's hopefully going to get going, hopefully. Anyway, I've got a PF4 filter, which is interpret, and the heater, which is interpret. And I've got the high quality gravel. It's this normal gravel you get from a pet shop, but it's 11.99 for 8 kilos. There's around about 16 kilos in that tank. I'll show you the tank. So there's around about 16 kilos of gravel in the bottom. I split, so that's one bag, and the red same bag. It's all so 16 kilos, 6 and 6. I did only need about 8 kilos actually, but I wanted it a bit deeper, so I got the red gravel and it looks quite nice. As you can see, there's a few of my Danios up there swimming around, they're all surface swimmers. My guppy doesn't look so good at the moment, he looks like he's a bit slow. My female guppies are alright, they're at the back near the filter. I don't think you can see them, no, I don't think you can. They might come forward a bit later on. One's pregnant, so I've got to look after her. So what you should do is go ahead and before you put the gravel in, I tend to fill it up with water first, up to about there, so when you put all the gravel in, it won't spill over the top and ruin your wires, which happened to me once before. I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, and then put a sieve full, like a sieve full of gravel in at a time. And I don't tend to level it all out because my loach will just kill it. My Corydoras, he's downstairs at the moment. I might bring him up and pop him in this nice large tank. Yeah, I've got a few eels which will be coming in. They're all quite nice. You got to be careful with what eels you put in the tanks because they like to eat the fry. And, yeah. As you can see, there's not much decor in the moment, but I have ordered a hell of a lot of decor, so that's all going to be going in, and there's going to be shitloads of fry when they're ready. So breeding. Let's go on to breeding. So yeah, breeding is quite important, really. Actually, no, before we go into breeding, when your water's filled up and you've turned on your filter and heater, you're gonna want to throw in a bit of Nurofen Aqua Plus. That stuff's just gets rid of all the chlorine and shit. And the filter start, that's great stuff. That will get your bacteria to disappear. That's real good stuff. You need about 5 ml for every 5 ml every 2 days. So I'll be putting that in tomorrow. Yeah, I mean at the moment I'm feeding my tropical fish normal goldfish flake. I actually went into the shop and looked around, and it was exactly the same ingredient. So I thought, well, I'll give them a go, and hopefully they'll be alright. But I'm going to get some normal tropical fish food as well to settle them in. So yeah, breeding. You're going to want to get a breeding net because they're sadly cannibalisms and they will tend to eat each other. So these cannibalism doesn't really come in handy when you're fish keeping. So basically, when they do have fry, they might have up to about 80, some hundreds, maybe 100 to 200 fry, little eggs, 200 to 800 eggs, 200 odd 100 eggs. But these Danios are egg scatterers and guppies are live bearers. Mollies are live bearers, platy are live bearers, and Corydoras, they're my egg scatterers. They scatter quite a few eggs everywhere, every so often. They're good breeders if you've got a nice good pair. They don't tend to go off with other and cheat a lot, which is always nice. Anyway, so yeah, once you've basically decided what fish you want to breed, get a nice sort of largest breeding net and pop it in the corner of your tank over here. And pop the guppy fry, which you do want, maybe 10, 12, 13, depending on how new your aquarium is. I won't want to, if they do have guppy babies, I'm not going to, well, they will have guppy babies because one's pregnant. I'm not going to want to put 50 in the one because my filter's not matured yet. So I'll probably put about 5 to 6 fry in the guppy net, and you can feed them brine shrimp. They quite like that. If you've gone ahead and bought that, then that's fine. They quite like brine shrimp. I find 24 they tend to feed at. My heater's now turned on. Yeah, they tend to really like that. So 24 is a good temperature. to have it at. Also, if you want to, you can have different types of breeding fish. I mean, catfish are always fun to breed. They seem to be a bit weird breeding, and they like to sort of lay on their eggs and protect things. So anyway, we're going to go on to what fish you can have on in your community aquarium or predator species aquarium. I've got the aquarium manual from DK. Sorry, I should have known that. It's really good. I suggest if you are a brand new fish keeper, get it, because I got it when I was. I only got this sort of a few weeks ago. It's excellent book. So I've really had a good old look over it. One fish which I think everyone community aquarium should have is either 2 females or 1 male, but do not mix the males. 2 males is awful. They'll literally kill each other. Is the betta fish, also known as the Siamese fighter fish. That fish is gorgeous and I love it. But yeah, as I said, don't mix them with anyone. There's the gourami fish. They're always good to have. The free spotted gourami, all that lot. They're all good. They're all nice community fish. They get on well with each other. The corridoras, catfish. They're all egg depositors, egg scatterers. They're all nice fish to have. Glass catfish are nice as well. Little neon tetras down there. They're great fish to have. They're excellent shoaling fish, so you want to get 4 or more. But the Danios I've got 3 because of some new aquarium, but 3, they seem to be okay. Also, but one fish I won't suggest getting is they're beautiful, and I did fall for them when I was younger, and they seem to be okay, but you know, I was still quite experienced then. Is the common hatchetfish. They require a lot of high oxygen levels, and they do need regular water changes, which doesn't really help when you're a novice fish keeper or not a very experienced one, a bit new to the hobby. You don't want to put too much in there. It doesn't really help at all. We got, obviously, if you wanted to have the species aquarium, you've got the piranhas. But as I said, with that, you're going to need a big external canister filter to try and up boost all the waste they produce. There's going to be a lot of ammonia there, and you're going to need a large, about that's 180 litre. You're going to want, well, 180 litre plus, really. You know, if you're going to have 2, they do look nice when they're about 2. You don't really want 1 piranha on its own. It's a bit cruel, really. They're quite nice. They're nice piranhas, but if you're living in some state in America, some states have banned piranhas. If you put them in the river, then they might kill everything and destroy everything. So if you are living in America, I suggest you check up with your local government or councillor to see if they're allowed. Council. You got the ciglets, but I'm going to leave them out for you. Oscar fish are nice, but only if you're going to have a species aquarium. The rusty fish looking, and the angelfish up there. Oh, there. As the angelfish, they're good. They're good to put in new aquariums. They tend to live through the ammonium nitrates. Some don't, and some die, but a lot are fine. Yeah, ciglets aren't good to have unless you're in a species aquarium. Tiger barbs is again. They do fin nip, so you've got to be careful. You wouldn't want to put them with guppies or Siamese fighters because tiger barbs, they're very small, but they'll nip at all the fins. But if you can have them with any other barbs and catfishes, they're fine. Little cherry barb, though, on the other hand, they're okay for the community tank, but they are kind of like a shoaling fish, really. But they also can be territorial towards their own species, so you got to be quite careful what you put together. As I said, and I didn't say that actually, but they normally come over. The females are nicer together. But the cherry barb, they're quite nice to have. They look quite nice in the tank. Also zebra danios, which I've got, as you can see down there. So down there, they're nice fish. They're shoaling fish. So get 3+. I've got 3 here. They seem to be getting on really happy together, and they've just gone on the filter and went flying. So keep them going through the book. Harlequins are nice if you're into that type of fish. Silver shark and red-tailed shark are excellent fish to have because when you talk to anyone about your fish keeping, you're going to have some shark in your tank, which is going to be pretty cool. You might want to get a few loaches. They're excellent for keeping the weed and algae down. That's really good. I mean, live bearers, we've got guppies and mollies there. They're excellent fish to keep, but guppies, a lot of people think of them being about that size. They're really like that size. They're really tiny. So yeah, so you're going to want to be careful with those. Swordtails, again, they're excellent fish. Platies, all that lot. Swordtails are good for the brand new aquarium. They get the ammonia going, but not too high. Rainbow fishes are good, but yeah, so I mean, there's many other fish you can add as well, if you wanted to. Some turtles, small turtles you can add, but you'd have to do a slightly different setup if you're going to have turtles. So yeah, as I said, just keep on, do your research and look into what fish you want. Go down to your local store and check nicely. If you do decide to get an angelfish, I would suggest you get a lot of plants and densely plant it, because I think their swim pattern has been developed to swim through all the dense, because their natural environment is very dense, so they have to swim through all of that to fin shape, so they can swim through all that weeds and stuff to catch their prey. But if they're tiny, they do tend to get sucked into the filters because their swim pattern is very lessly developed, and it's the little slits in the intake valve of the filters. They seem to like to get up there and get stuck. So yeah, about 24 to 26 is good, but don't go too high in the 20s because it seems to stress some of the breeds out. So you want to be a bit careful about that. So yeah, do your research and all that. And also, just a quick advertising thing. R2 Fish School, I've got. Go and subscribe to Mike879 because he's the guy who got it for me. You can basically teach your. This is the wand came with. You can teach your fish tricks. It's really awesome. Comes with a DVD which your whole family can have a laugh about because they're actually being serious on it, which is hilarious. But it actually works. It's really good. You can get them swim through hoops and stuff. So yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. Yeah, so we went to Aquatics Live last week, and that was good. Got some free samples, especially these Tetra. So I just want to say thank you to Tetra for giving us all these bloodworm mix. They really love them. I took quite a few out of your bucket. I'm sorry about that. It was a bit sneaky and took about 20, but this way, when I run out, I can guarantee I'll be down at your Tetra store and buying some. So yeah, I mean, do your fish, and your fish will be good. They're good fishings to have. But you might want to do some ornaments and plant it together. You might even want to get an aeration system to aerate the water. But my system does. I don't actually need it because I can just pop the little valve up and it will produce the little oxygen levels for me. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be in a few videos soon. A few more videos for tropical fish later on in my series. So thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers, guys. Thank you.